this thing, it takes forever. Are you sweating?
Yeah.
Was it too hot for you in here? Not on video.
No.
You live, girl. We gonna get struck. They gonna strike us down. Why I want you close, thank you. And why didn't you do what I wanted you to do? Which is go to my homepage where I can look up, look, Kevin's live.
Oh, Tara's live.
That's right. Tara Retro is live, yo. Hi out there in the video world. I'm trying to get the thing open so we can see stuff.
Remember, it's Retro Girl. I'm your sidekick.
That's right.
Retro Girl.
Retro Girl. My bad. Captain Retro and Retro Girl.
See, it sounds so much better.
It sounds way more fun that way.
Exactly.
Lady Retro is too fancy.
It's too Renaissance-y.
Yeah. You need,
too Games of Thrones.
You need a cone hat with the little thing hanging off of it.
I need a cape. Like, and a mask. Like Batman and Robin.
It still says we're going to play Fish Tales, but...
It didn't on mine.
Yeah, alright, eventually the chat will come up and you'll be able to see people and talk to them. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is the microphone, the main microphone here, and we'll go ahead and turn it this way so it can kind of capture both of us. But when I go to that side of the room, I might need to spin it back around. I don't know. The thing we were going to start off with as we got back from a long lunch break and a Poop City Village tastical journey I went on.
I'm sure everybody wants to hear about your poops.
Does everyone want to hear about my poops? There's no one here, so I'll just talk about my poops. They were hot and horrible, is what they were. There's been something going on with my stomach for the last couple days. It's not good times. But mainly for today, because I think it was the Little Caesars. It was just too much. And the third time was not the charm. Let's just say that.
What did I just do? I think I did something.
Uh-oh, you killed it, Gilbert.
I probably did.
You closed it down over there. So expand that back up. Yeah, and it's a touchpad situation. You gotta, like, click it.
You do it.
And then the chat will be there.
Yeah. I can't type, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, I can? Okay.
Of course you can. You'll respond as me. You'll be Captain Retro. You gotta put the cursor on there.
Oh, okay.
And talk to folks. What's up, DOA? Oh, he's telling knock-knock jokes.
Uh-oh. Who's there?
I don't think we want to know. You know, I plugged this in like it was going to get some juice, and it's not because this isn't plugged in at all. So let's fix that situation.
I eat mop. Who?
I eat my poo?
Ha ha.
You get it? That's
I
terrible.
get it.
Here, let's use this to plug the pinball machine in, right? The big black fatty one. This guy. So I can get the juice to be loose. And I can get this thing to power up. My little handheld Hacko. And you'll see that the tip is burnt. From here up is burnt. And this is because I went to a customer's house about a week ago. Week and a half ago or so, and I left it sitting on the edge like this as I was working inside here, and the customer walked straight up to it in a Carhartt jacket, one of those like fluffy kind of like silky looking, fluffy kind of outdoorsy vest type of jacket things, and it fucking melted to him. Like it started burning his stomach, and he's like, "Why am I so hot?" And he looked down, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Dude, sorry, I should have warned you that was on." So be careful around these things. I'm using my face to judge how hot it is, and it's warming up, I can tell.
So there's a delay between here and here,
There's
right?
a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
About 10 seconds, maybe more.
Okay.
Maybe less sometimes, depending on what's going on.
A construction worker enters a bar with a slab of asphalt under their arm, and they say to the bartender, "A beer, please, and one for the road."
A pirate walks into a bar with a steering wheel in his pants. And the bartender's like, "Hey, buddy, you got a steering wheel in your pants." And the pirate's like, "Yar, she driving me nuts." Stupid. What's the pirate's favorite letter?
R.
You might think it'd be R, but it's really the C.
Ha ha ha.
If you do it with the voice, you get away with it.
Yeah, I'm not doing any voices today.
I want to hear your voices.
I'm a little too tired for that.
I don't believe you. I want to hear your voices. Let's hear Scottish.
I don't have one of those. I'm not my brother.
Listen, you are a talented and beautiful woman, and you can do anything you put your mind to. I don't want to hear no more bullshit. Scottish accent. Let's do it.
I don't.
I'm just putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
I know.
I apologize. I'll stop. You are.
I'm doing my job.
Okay. Keep doing that job. You're doing great. Okay, so I'm gonna do my job from over here, and I guess you can hear me. Maybe I'll turn the microphone back just a smidge. This camera, can you see what I'm doing, Boo? On the cameras? So I'm gonna be going in here, and in this area right here and here where I'm pointing. Can you see what I'm pointing at?
Well, because there's a delay.
Okay, so if you see down there the bottom right, the little black and white symbol circle thing. Go down below, yeah, that thing on the bottom bar. Click it. There, that's live camera.
Okay.
So that's our live, but you can't see the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you have that up, so when you want to take that back down, go back to the Google Chrome thing that's on the bottom left over there.
Okay.
And click it to go back to look at
over here.
YouTube that's up.
Okay.
So yes, so this area here, can you see that when I'm pointing at?
I can.
All right. It might need to be zoomed a little bit better. I could probably zoom the camera in some, but as we're doing it right now, I think we'll be okay. And maybe some more light. Would that hurt things if I do something like this sassy action? Is that helping things?
It does help.
Okay, good. So right here, I'll show you on the pop bumper. In the light, there's a light holder inside these pop bumpers. If you can see that there. There's a light, and it's just a little metal thing, and it's got two legs that come through the plastic body and housing it all the way down and around, and they span and flare out back onto the playfield, and they get tied into their respective power lines to get power to be able to light up. And you have to take those off before you can even take the whole thing out, and the best way to do that, I cut this one out because it had enough room and space left for me to cut it and still be able to get it back in easy. But for these other ones, I'd rather desolder them. Okay,
and Neutron enters a bar and orders a Coke and asks the bartender how much, and he says, "For you, no charge."
That's a good one. That's a science joke. How many people we got in the chat? 1, 2, 3.
Where do I see that?
If you go back to the YouTube, they're bottom left of the actual picture you're looking at. See down there? So three people watching.
3 people.
3 amazing people.
4. John Rogers says, "Word up."
JR is back. What's up, buddy?
What's up, homie?
Pop bumper number 2 has been deployed. Boo Bear, I'm going to hand you these, and you can do what you like with them. Maybe stick them over there on the board if you want. All right, so that one's down, and we do have to get him a couple extra screws. This is like this is a stopper type of thing that it belongs on this piece of metal that hangs there too. This should be attached to each other, and it was not. It was the night before Christmas, and holy Jesus! So it's a good thing that this thing is LED and unstoppable. It is just a hanging light, but
we have a piper down.
We have a piper who is down. He's pissed himself.
There's my Scottish accent.
We have a piper down. He's just pissed. He's just pissed. It'll be fine. All right. So back to the task at hand. Yellow. We will go down and over to this little fella. I could show you how to control the cameras and like zoom in stuff if you felt like doing such things, but it's not super easy.
Brian Schaefer says, me and the pooch are watching, and there goes the lights.
Brian Schaefer knows that it wouldn't be a Captain Retro stream if stuff didn't fall apart and not go right. So I think I'm on par for the course, and we're doing great.
Okay.
And if it, I do need to get a different hoodie. I'm sick of wearing the same hoodie every day, Boo. It's time for a new favorite hoodie.
Okay.
I don't know what that means or what I want yet, but this one's seen better days. It's starting to fade around every edge. It's got holes burned all in it from me doing that to myself with soldering irons constantly, or dripping hot solder on myself. It's time for a new one.
Do you want to hear some good news?
I want to hear anything you want to tell me.
I get my braces off 2 weeks from today.
Fuck yeah.
Yay.
Hold on, what is 2 weeks from today our anniversary?
No. 2 weeks from today is the 7th.
We're like 2.5 weeks out from our anniversary.
Uh-huh.
Or 3 full business weeks. 3 work weeks.
Yeah.
It's the 12th.
Yes.
Stupidly, I asked this girl out on a date 2 days before Valentine's Day like a fucking retard. So now I've got to deal with Valentine's Day and a anniversary.
No, because I don't believe in Valentine's Day.
You're gonna start.
No, it's retarded.
We didn't celebrate it really last year. I mean,
Right.
because
But
we went out on one day.
I still think
And, like,
Valentine's Day is just
Stupid and a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah,
I thoroughly agree with you, but I do like to celebrate things that are cute.
Well,
I
do
like
too,
cute things.
But
So if you get a fucking basket of chocolate, don't you be mad at me. And you probably don't like chocolate. You definitely don't like chocolate too much. So maybe not chocolate. Maybe some cosmic brownies.
No, I don't need any more cosmic brownies. I went on a kick this past week with the cosmic brownies and the powdered donuts, and that is way not me.
You had a moment.
I did. I had a couple of days there.
Occasionally you can have a couple moments.
Yeah.
You're allowed to.
So we're not. Okay, let's don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Just our anniversary.
Will you do me a quick favor?
No.
Okay.
I lied.
The little black thing on my desk by my keyboard that's like a spun, it looks like a metal.
The thing that you clean the.
This thing, yes,
Yeah.
to clean this. Go grab that. Thank you. Yeah, she's amazing, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that. Braces and all. In fact, I kind of have a kink about the braces. I dig the braces, so if she gets them off and it doesn't look right, we're just gonna break up. That's what's up. So you've got about 2 weeks to figure out what's going on here.
Well, you said if my tooth went back crooked, that it would be okay.
Yeah, if the one little snaggle came back, I'll be so happy. My little snaggly friend.
Oh,
She had a cute little Christina Ricci smile thing going on.
And that was.
But apparently her bite was off was the real reason for the braces. It wasn't that tooth.
No.
You were kind of okay with the tooth.
Yeah. I mean, I've had it my whole life.
That's your tooth.
Yeah, for 40 years.
That's a 40-year-old tooth. Not that old. It's an adult tooth, so it's less than that old. It came in at 5, 6.
Maybe 37 years.
That's a solid relationship with a tooth, though.
Yeah.
Is there a flathead right there on the top left of those little...
Stupid flatheads?
A stupid flathead. They do come in handy for prying staples loose, so I do give them props for being a tool. But they are a tool, I get it. But by God, screws should not be anything but a Phillips head or some kind of security bit, star head octagon thing that's awesome and locks in and you can't slip and you won't lose it. That's... Who? Why? Why are we still making these? There's been enough made.
So you kind of skipped over what I said about Valentine's Day.
Oh, sorry.
We don't, since we started dating on February 12th, we're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day ever. We'll just kind of like intermingle the two.
Okay.
So that way, if we ever go to dinner or anything for that purpose, we're not stuck in like crowds.
Okay.
Super busy places. We'll just
Pop number 3.
The 12th will be our anniversary / Valentine's Day.
That works for me. So I haven't done anything else. If you go back and watch the stream from earlier today, I did about an hour and 45 minutes, something like that. And basically got the entire top side stripped down and ready to go, with the exception of a couple things we had to come to the bottom side for. I needed to get my solder gun, and I got hungry, so I went to lunch. When I got back from lunch, I didn't have a good time with some bathroom issues, but now I'm feeling better, and I'm in here ready to work, and my butthole's less puckery, if you know what I'm saying. I don't think I got the COVID, but maybe my butthole did. It's possible. I apologize. These live streams can get quite wild. Wacky shit has been said and done in a live stream with Captain Retro. We could do some Name That Chip Tune while we're live too. We don't have to just do pinball streaming. I'll pull up the chip tunes and have her run the game, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty fun.
I dare somebody to beat me.
You are unbeatable, so you're even better than I am at it. And good luck to everybody. She'll have to go in the other room and watch the stream on a different computer and
challenge me. I dare you.
All right, this one needs to be.
That shit was the bomb. You talking about his shit, his poop? I'm sure it was the bomb.
It was not. It was deadly. I'm telling you, something in that Little Caesars last night. It got through me, and when I ate that cheeseburger, I had a cheeseburger from Wendy's for lunch, and it set things off. It started a chain reaction. This summer, coming from Kevin's butthole.
Brian Schaefer says he won a few games.
He did win a few games. Schaefer Man's pretty good. There's a couple guys that were really, really, really good that would show up a lot. I forget names. Metalhead Jim. Metalhead Jim knows his shit. Come loose. Come loose as a goose. Where's my flathead?
Oh, that's how he got his Echo Zen CD.
Oh yeah, he won a round of that.
The
that's
one
right.
with the.
He's got the only one we've ever put. Well, the full length, not the full length, but the EP that we put out.
Oh, the one with my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, so Brian.
Her brother is the singer that's not me on there. There's two singers on there. One of them's me. The other one's not me. Actually, there's me and like 6 different voices on there, and there's Brian doing Brian.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different Kevin voices going down in that album. Backup harmonies and screaming and nonsense.
Joel didn't do any harmony?
Joel didn't sing anything on that. We didn't have time to get him in the booth because of what we were paying at the time. Like, we kind of jumped them in the band like a gang. Like, we were in the studio recording that album, and Sean quit. And we were like, fuck this. I'll pick up bass. Let's keep recording. Let's get these guys in the band, and let's see if we can get Brian and Joel in here, at least for some piano to add to it. And Joel played piano on it.
Right.
But there's no vocals from Joel.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have enough time in the booth for. I had already done mine for like I was doing lead vocals on the whole thing, and then we swapped out all of my lead vocals except for Grind, except for that song, and put your brother in. But there is one good mixed version of me singing out the other without Brian or Joel. That there's a different version of that too.
Oh, okay.
That's not on that album, but we got it done. That was the first one we had mixed, and then they were like, then Sean quit.
Okay.
So we were like, well, let's get these guys in the band, and we'll get them on the album. And we've already done all this other stuff, you know, and we'll mix it, we'll make it work, and then we'll write a bunch of new stuff with them, and we'll have a whole other album ready to go, and we'll just do these 6 songs as an EP. And we did, and that's what got us on the radio. Well, I guess we were on the radio before that, on 96 Rock. But we were like the band of the month for February's homegrown hardcore bands or whatever they're called.
Right.
In 2012. I mean, it was a long time ago. 2013, something like that. But yeah, that was the... What just happened there? Okay, so
I didn't realize that was how Brian and Joel started. Like, just jumping in while you guys were in the studio. I thought they had already been rehearsing with you guys.
We brought them in during the transition of Sean quitting and me playing bass live. Like, we had like 6 shows that I had to like basically like within a week pick up the bass and learn how to play bass and sing, you know, the lead. And it sucked. Like, we weren't bad. It was just hard. Like, it was a hard thing to do, and like I wasn't comfortable. I'm a rhythm guitar player at heart. And a singer, and I felt more comfortable. Like, if we're gonna do this, let me shrink back into the backside and be the background vocals. I'll write all the stuff. I love writing the music, and I'll play the bass, and I won't have to do lead vocals. Let me find us a better singer. And the only thing I could think of was, let's go get Brian to be it. Me and Brian had talked many times about doing some original stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, you want in? It's now or never. You and Joel, y'all come over. And Joel can play piano, and we'll put him on whatever songs we can put him on, and you sing lead. And so we got him in the booth for singing lead, and we got Joel in there to do some piano lines, and that was all the time we had left in the studio that we had already paid for at the time.
Yeah.
It was about $10,000 to make that little CD.
Wow.
You know, for paying for producers and printing it up and all that shit. And we never made that money back on that CD. You know what I mean? We didn't sell enough. We got a stack of them on the wall. But it got us opportunities of doing other things, like making music for TV shows and movies. So I'm super proud of that album, even though no one knows it. You know what I mean? No one knows what that album is, but it opened a lot of doors for me. Financially, it did.
Brian
it did
says
its job.
Let Go is his favorite. He loves the clip of the,
Oh, that's old. Yeah, that's me singing that one.
of the U2 just doing the vocals of it. Wish there was a full acoustic version of it.
There's a lot of different versions of that song we've just never released. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that's never been seen by the public. We have a full album, a second album finished with your brother and Joel.
Yeah, you've
That's
played
not
that for
quite
me.
finished. I mean, we didn't ever get all the vocal tracking we wanted done, but all the songs are there. It just needs a little bit more work to be mixed and released. And it might happen one day. The drummer had a kid, the guitar player had a kid, and then like 2 months after the guitar player's first kid came out, his wife was pregnant with twins. So it was like, this world is about to change for everybody in this band. And before that, the original bass player had quit, and we were kind of real sad about that. Like, we liked Sean being in the band. Sean was, you know what I mean?
And
When
Brian
the original four guys stopped playing together, it changes an aspect of it. And
then Brian and Joel got real busy.
well, they were too busy already. They were already. I mean,
departure.
they shouldn't have ever really signed up to do it and act like it would have been a thing, because they were too busy. They're playing. They are in the nation's #1 touring
I
Journey
think at
tribute
that time
band,
they
and they're
weren't
amazing.
as big as they are now.
But they were still playing every weekend.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the size
no,
of what
I mean,
they were just. They had a gig booked. They were
Yeah.
booked. They had a Friday off. Okay, can we get that one Friday next month? So we'd get one show. We played like 4 shows with them in all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like it went over this course
And
of
I
like
only
6
saw-
months. We played 4
I only saw
shows.
one
You know?
of those shows.
Yeah, over the course of like 6 months,
No,
we played
maybe
4
2,
shows.
because you played at American Tavern,
Yeah,
and then
and we did.
I came to the album release, the CD release at Sweetwater.
Okay,
I was there for that.
we did that, and then we did the 37 Main show where we opened up for Days of the New, and they never showed. They actually did show up, but they were too late, and they were all drugged out of their mind. And the club owner did not want to let them on stage because they had been so late and they were all fucked up. So he gave us the headlining spot that night, and we put on a fucking killer show. And there's a bunch of videos of that
Yeah.
online from a guy named New York Nick that was like the cameraman for that club.
Yeah.
And that was a fun ass show. And then
I know New
we did
York Nick.
a show at the we played at the Masquerade before it went down. We played Down in Hell in the Masquerade, and a couple other shows, Velvet Underground at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
And we were starting to get some push, you know, a little bit of town notoriety at least, and people knew who we were. And then babies happened,
Yeah.
and that killed everything for playing live. But we were, you know, everybody. I was 31, I think, when I joined that band, and everybody else was like 26. So they were all like at that peak of like, it's either now or never to do a rock band, and you might have to quit a real job if something happens. And none of them were ready to do that either. Chad
Wasn't
luckily is
Brian-
awesome and works out of his house. He's an accountant, and he can work out of his
I think
house,
that
and he's
was
good.
still
So
the time Brian was still working part-time
Brian
somewhere.
and Joel were still both digging holes going under people's houses and doing bug work.
extermination, yeah.
He was.
Because that's only been within like the last 5 years.
It's basically since we made that album, and then their band started working enough where he could quit that job.
Yeah.
So good for him, you know what I mean? But also like.
So yeah, Brian.
No,
Yeah,
no
that's-
fun for me. I would never want to be in a cover band that was my only thing I did. I wouldn't mind playing in one on the side, having a little bit of fun in one, but like that,
Right.
I wouldn't be my only job.
So yeah, Brian Schaefer. That is my baby brother that you hear singing a lot on the Echo Zen CD. That's one of my favorite things. Is like, I don't necessarily like. I love going to see him sing, But
Yeah.
I'm known as, oh, you're Brian's sister. I'm like, yeah, I have a name.
And now you're gonna be Kevin's girlfriend, so sorry.
Well, I mean, that's okay. That's totally different.
Or
but
retro girl.
I'm retro girl.
You got your own damn name now.
That's right. I
You
thought
agitated.
I thought of it while we were on our Griswold trip. But no, like, I'm known as Brian's sister, but my favorite part of that is when somebody will say, oh, is he older than you? And I'm like, he. No. I'm older than him. Bless his little heart.
Bless his balding heart. Oh, I need to pull that thing. So yeah, I've known her for quite a long time. Known of her and knew about her. We had passed in the same circles for a little while before we ever started dating.
Apparently, we passed in some circles back in high school,
Yes.
too.
Yes. But we both went to different high schools. And, yeah.
But
I used to make out with one of your best friends. It's cool.
Yeah, well... But not only that, you hung out with Chad, and Chad
and
was
that
dating.
side too, yeah.
Chad was dating my best friend's sister.
Yeah.
And you had been to my best friend's house
Over there,
several times.
Yeah, off of.
So I'm like, how did we not ever?
You wouldn't have liked me when I had hair.
You wouldn't have liked me back then either.
You wouldn't have liked me with hair. You'd have been like, this guy's too full of himself. Look at that beautiful hair. Look at the bangs he keeps brushing back.
Sup, bro?
What's up? Whoa. I looked like Joey from Blossom for a long time in my life, and then it all went away.
Joey from
And now
Blossom.
I still look like Joey from Blossom.
Whoa!
Seriously, that's what my hair looked like. That much thickness, and the length of it was about that for about 8 years, and then it all decided to leave my head. And this thing don't want to come out of here. He's being stubborn. You're being a stubborn little sissy.
Brian Schaefer says, I got an opportunity to be a part of a band for a short while and sing as well, but everyone was a lot younger, still in school. Then life happened.
Yeah, life happens. Life gets in the way. I would love to be in a gigging band that still played. I do miss being on stage and having fun. I've played some big shows. I've toured with some big groups. I've had a lot of fun. I've been backstage at a lot of big concerts. But,
I was almost in a ska band. Kind of,
if
sort of.
wishes and butts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. You know what I'm talking about?
I was almost in a ska band. I was almost in Real Big Fish.
Yeah. She was the inspiration for
But
the
I-
drummer
but
of
I-
Real Big Fish.
But I couldn't figure out if the trumpet player was just trying to nail me or if he was genuinely saying, hey, no, seriously, we want a saxophone player.
He was trying to nail you, too.
I think it was both.
It was a double situation for
I
him.
think it was both.
He was going to get that nail down, and then he was going to get that sax laid down. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to move that light back, and then I'm going to rest this up against it again. But I got a couple more things to take through the bottom of the playfield here, so we're going to pull this little guy off. These posts have to come back up through. There's a couple things that you need to make sure are not in the way. I've done 3 of these Xenons now, the same game, and the rollovers don't get in the way. There's a couple things that do not, it doesn't matter if you take them out or not. You don't have to. The overlay will lay down right over the top of them, and you'll never get in the way. So like rollovers, there is issues with these top 4 up here. You definitely have to route the overlay a little bit bigger than it comes from the factory to make sure that those can be accessed by the ball still because of the lift. There's a substantial amount of lip that they will be adding to the hole it has to get into to make the contact with the switch. Does that make sense?
Don't give me no lip.
Don't give me no lip. Alright, you little bastard. Once. My mother talked to me like that once. Once.
Do you know how hard it has been for me not to shave my undercut?
Do you want me to shave it for you, or are you trying to grow it out? What are you doing?
Well, I'm supposed to get my hair cut next week.
Oh yeah, you got haircut ideas coming.
I do. I have some wacky haircut ideas happening. So I'm waiting until my hair.
I had a wacky haircut moment in the bathroom yesterday with my trimmer, and I was like, I can't take this. It was getting so long and straight. Like, it's just like,
You look like little rascals when they do this.
And it was starting to poke out in funny places. I had to start combing my sideburns. If you ever have to start combing your sideburns, trim your sideburns. Is there anybody out there other than Schaefer Man?
We've got 6 watching.
Say hi to people. Who's talking? Who's out there watching? What's going on, you sons of bitches?
Let us know you're here.
Say hi. Do the talking with your fingers.
Ask questions. Y'all can ask me questions.
Questions, queries, quests. Someone at some point took a toothpick and has shimmed this post back up inside here. So this is a fix-it job going on this post. That's good to know. All right, did we get that one? Let's go to this one. Same thing here. Look at this. You just got a giant piece of wood kind of crammed in there, hopefully holding this post in place. We're gonna have to deal with that. We might have to do some drilling and extra resinking and countersinking of posts. The post might be broken. That could be the point. Something's going on there. He's done it on 2 of these posts. I'm just checking everything else that I need to pull through the playfield. This little guy here, he will need to come with us. Come with us. You're coming with us. I told you to come with us. Okay, that must be too big. Yellow? Nope. Yellow. No, too small? How about just right green? Just right green.
Just right green? I like how you name your tools.
Well, that's easy. Color coding. But it does not help at all to tell me what size they are.
Because that's math.
Because them's numbers. And they can fuck right off. Captain Retro. Somebody, the more you know. Yeah. Somebody needs to do one of those things with me, a PSA. Because them's numbers. And numbers can fuck right off. The more you know. And the little fucking rainbow goes flying by.
Yeah.
Somebody dinged me. I got ding-danged. The guy that bought a meteor from me up in Virginia is watching. He says, "Hi, Captain Tara."
Hi. What, he's too good to talk on here?
Is it Frank? I forget his name. Shit. Paul.
Paul.
I don't know who he is, but apparently he don't know how to type on the old message board.
Too good to talk to me there? No, I'm just kidding. I joke, I kid, I tease. The meteor guy, how are you liking that game?
It's a wicked fun game, and he's looking for a Silver Ball Mania, he had mentioned. If I find one of those. I haven't seen one in a while. How about a Bally Wizard? Any interest in an old EM Bally Wizard? I got one of those coming. A Captain Fantastic, a Kiss. You want to spend 10 grand? Because I'm making the nicest Kiss that's ever been made. You're going to see it here first. Alright, I think 2 more posties. That one's missing already. We got that one. Alright, that's all for the posties, I think.
John Rogers said he farted. Just thought we should know.
Thank you, John Rogers, for the fart update. Good to know. You should, let's not, you don't want to know. I don't want to recoil the story again because it's ready to go. But earlier when I was talking about bathroom situations, the third one was basically hot air and it was awful.
Y'all, I signed up for this a year ago.
Yeah, it's her fault.
I have no regrets.
I told you not to say yes.
I don't
a lot of these are already
a single letter.
A lot of your screws are already missing. I'm also doing this as a... Can you see up top where I'm at up there? No? If I do that, can you see the top of it from up here?
Let me see.
I'm also doing this as it's nice to have a visual field guide of what to do and how to do it.
Move the camera up just a little.
I'm going to be going back down here now. But he's only got 2 effing screws going through this entire side rail. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in this one rail alone, and there's only 2. So at some point, somebody's lost a bunch of screws, or they've fallen out, or they took these rails off for some reason at some point and didn't put them back right. Oh, Todd, what's going on? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yes, you do that. You keep things in mind. You keep those things in mind, sir. There's Schaefer sending us something here. The more you know.
Did
oh,
he
God.
just make a meme?
What have you done?
For you? Did he specially make a meme for you?
Somebody needs to do one of those things to be a PSA. Because them numbers, and numbers can fuck right off. And the little fucking rainbow goes flying by. Yeah. Perfect. He didn't make a meme of it. He just, I guess he made a clip where it links you to that, where I say that immediately in the live stream. That's funny. There's a customer looking for a haunted house up in the Boule right now, and good luck, buddy. They don't come up for sale often, and when they do, they command the buckaroos. Alright, we're going to take those 2 screws out, and we're going to set them right there. I'm going to put my cigarettes in my pocket. I'm going to lower this and just test my theory about how many screws were holding that piece of wood in. There might be a couple going through the top that's keeping it on. Or somebody took a fucking stapler and stapled it to it. Yep. We gotta pry it loose. Some asshole took a stapler and instead of using screws, stapled it back together. So, yeah. Thanks a lot, dickhead. Whoever that was that did that. Oh, he's got a silver ball. Now he's hunting for an F-14 Tomcat. And his wife, Tara, says hi as well. He's married to a Tara. That's Paul.
Paul?
Yeah.
That's cool. Is it pronounced the same?
Spelled the same.
Is it pronounced the same?
Well, what else would it be? Tara?
Tara.
Hey, Tara! Get on over here, girl. Woman, you better get in that kitchen. That didn't even feel good coming out of my mouth. You better get on in there, don't sass me. It don't sound good. It don't feel right, and I don't like it. Hi, honey. You want me to make you a sandwich? That feels better.
He's scared of me.
She's tough. When we first started dating, she was teaching kickboxing, and I've gotten that out of her. She's given up on that.
I haven't given up on it completely. I've just been taking a break. A big break. It was getting to be way too much.
Not that you gave up on it, but like, my laziness is rubbing off on you. That's what I meant by that. She's like, oh, I guess I'll just sit around with him and watch movies and be fun.
It was...
Can I hang this off the side without burning anything is a question. I'm going to leave it plugged in.
Kickboxing was...
Is that in it? Is it on the floor?
No, it's not on the floor.
It's just dangling.
It's just dangling.
Alright. The angle of his dangle is mainly on the flangle. You know what I'm talking about?
No, kickboxing was just, with my full work schedule and everything with school that Bailey was dealing with, and then, of course, helping her.
There are no screws at all on this board. I'm sorry to keep interrupting. Someone has unscrewed every screw that would be holding these rails on and instead put very long staples all the way through the backside over here. There's not one screw holding it together. There's one screw here. There's one there. And then there's another beam right here in the middle that has maybe 1 or 2 screws in it.
Did Frank?
I don't want to, prying these could dent the bottom of these rails. Like I could really make a mess here and and in my mind want all new rails, and that's not my situation. I ain't trying to put new parts in this game. It's not my machine. It's also Not something I guess we were both expecting, because I figured, you know, not some asshole wouldn't do that to this game. But I've been wrong before. So let's see if I can pry it up gently without breaking it. Alright, bye. Sorry. Go back to your thing you were talking about.
What was I talking about? Kickboxing.
Kickboxing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing it for almost 8 years. And I was doing it pretty full time. I don't know.
I don't know
Something
either.
Cracked.
It didn't crack, something dropped.
Oh.
But what was it? I don't know. Might have been that coil sleeve.
There was just, with trying to get Bailey graduated and stuff, there was just way too much going on. And then by the time I get home and
How does this look with the lights on the other camera? Open
finish
the
work, driving another 30 minutes to teach class. That's good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
No, not too bad of a glare.
No, not too bad. It just, you know, and then spending 2.5, 3 hours at the studio, not getting home till late at night, like, and having to chill out and relax and prep for work the next day.
He says hers is pronounced Ohioanese. He don't know how to work the chat function apparently on the YouTube channel. We need to teach him how to get the chat up.
Tell him to go to the little flag that says live chat and click it. Well, I guess I could have told you that. Yeah, click where it says live chat underneath the video. It's like right down there by the thumbs up button. Yeah, I needed a break. It was a lot.
And hanging out with me is a lot. It takes a lot out of you too.
No, it doesn't.
Will you hand me that little piece of wood that's down there in that box? It's like a long stick of wood. Love you. Perfect. It becomes a brace for the backside. I like to lift it on up and move it on in. And then I got a thing that it can sit on. Oh my God, maybe not. What's going on? It's these cables and they're in the way. We'll go this way up on these cables. There you go, you bitch. Alright. Damn, I still need to get this one off, I guess, too. But I'm going to do my best to pry this one loose first and just see what happens. So, bear with me. I'm trying not to split the wood, dent the wood, buff the wood. I'm not trying to buff the wood.
Nice Pauly Shore reference.
Speaking of Pauly Shore, go watch that man's channel if you want to smile. He does some wacky, funny shit on his YouTube channel. Sweating with the wheeze.
I like sweating with the wheeze. That's awesome.
Alright, so
And
a
I like
key
his
thing
covers.
down here too is you don't want to cause issues with this. The shooter lane here to here basically is left original. It's the original wood. It's not covered up by the plastic. So I'm doing my best not to get in here and scuff the shit out of it, but some ass clown stapled this together and it's not supposed to be that way. These beams should just unscrew and pop off, but they lost all the screws and they busted out a stapler. They had 2 screws to put between them and they're like, hey, you know what, we just get a stapler on it, I'll fix it. That'll fix it is not something you want to have in your repertoire of words as a repair or a restoration person. Yeah, that ought to do it. Do it right or fucking die sideways in a ditch.
Is it clear for me to open that door over there and go get something out
You
of
can
my
open
car?
this door.
Okay.
But I just gotta readjust. Hold on.
I didn't want to mess with that.
Let me adjust my thing. But no, you can't walk through that side right now. I got the Captain Fantastic and the Kiss and all that shit's piled up. Okay. I don't need this thing up anymore anyway. I guess it's nighttime. because it's the right time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it down. I need to put it back on my truck. To be honest with you, I get better gas mileage with this thing covering the truck bed. But it's nice to have as a sun blocker when you're standing here going live on the internet. Hi everybody, we're good now. It's prying. I would like to do something a little bit more less possible of scuffing it. I'm worried this flathead's gonna get in here and just nick it bad. I'm trying to go gentle and slow. And if I do nick it, hopefully it's up under the... Well, there we go. My butt was freezing for a second. I just realized, oh yeah, the door's open. That thing really gets it warm in here. I've noticed it.
It does.
Like, you can stand in here. It's not terrible. Okay. I'm glad we unscrewed that because it was going all the way down there through that thing like I suspected. We'll pull that off. I think this one's a short screw though. I don't think it goes all the way through. Maybe it does. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong again. There's the screw. So this is the nicest of the 3 Xenon playfields I've done so far. Like, it really doesn't need it. I mean, it has been, somebody did some touch-up. Yeah. Crappy touch-up work.
But it's still going to
look...
But
compared to the other 2 that I had, it is the hands down the fullest picture.
Yeah.
But it'll look 1,000 times better when we get done.
And it'll play very nice.
Yes.
I was a fan.
She likes it. She was hungry.
It's probably why my head's trying to hurt.
Are you hungry?
A little bit.
We can get some food in you. I got 3 pieces of Little Caesars upstairs. I'm gonna set this right there. So I'm gonna have to take. I could bang it through with my hammer, or I can just cut them off flush at the line.
I think that would be the smarter thing.
Cut them off flush and get rid of them, and then get screws to go back in it like it's supposed to be, so you can take it back apart. Because even with this hard top you put on there, you want to be able to adjust and maneuver anything that needs to be adjustable and maneuvered. The only thing you don't want is the playfield to look like shit. So the playfield gets fixed, and then you need access to everything that should be accessible otherwise. Like, there's parts down here I've seen, you know, people do overlays where they don't pull up all the screws and they've left the screw under the overlay, and it's like, why would you do that? Like, you're supposed to take the whole thing off and do a whole bunch of sanding and do it the right way. And like, people just half-ass things in life, and that makes me sick. It makes me sick. I'm a half-asser on certain things. Like, my bedroom's pretty dirty. It's not dirty, but there's just clothes everywhere, and it's a pile of clean clothes everywhere, and then there's one basket of dirties. So the dirty stuff goes in the one organized spot, but all the clean stuff, I'm like, I'll put that away later. So it's just baskets of clothes. And like, my room in there, my office, is a fucking mess because I'm a mess, like scatterbrained with doing 95 things at once. But other than that, I like to think that I get shit done. Am I wrong? I can make shit happen, right?
Do.
I make things happen.
You absolutely do.
And
some days I think you need the ADHD meds and not me.
I think I should probably take them. That was not such... I don't know why, but I went to different schools as you as a little kid, and no one ever said this kid needs medication for his hyper...
I wasn't diagnosed until I was 37.
They put me into probe and focus classes. The smart kids, like special ed. And like, they pulled me out of kindergarten and were like, this guy he's smart, put him in something else. And I don't know how that happened, because I'm not that smart. But I think it's because they misconfused me with ADHD, and they were like, they meant to give me drugs to calm me down, and they just put me in the smart kids classes to shut me up. Was probably what most of it was. Get this kid out of here.
Brian said, no, it's freezing here. Where are you at, Brian?
He's up in Pennsylvania, I
Oh,
believe.
yeah, that's way too cold for me.
Or somewhere north.
He's a Yankee?
He's a Yank.
Oh, man.
This one had absolutely no screws in it.
Is it Sachin that was on earlier? Says, hi, still working.
Sation, yes, she,
Sation.
whoever that is, person, boy, girl, I don't know. They are new, but they are here because of the John Mayer videos.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Which was a fun discussion of my old times.
Yep. Oh, John Mayer.
You know, it's fun cutting up with him at the end of that one video about the standee, the Patrick Swayze standee they've got.
Yes. Brian, what's controlled chaos? I mean, you guys can ask me questions too. I can make stuff up just as good as he can.
I think that's a fucking challenge. She's been challenging me.
Oh, careful.
It's alright. That's tough Simpsons glass. I do need to do the other side first. I forgot to take 2 screws out, I think, over there. I just got to talking about it and then I started taking these sides out. So let's get that. Let's get that. Will you hold these two just for a second, and then I'm going to put them back in this other thing when I get this other stuff pulled off.
Sachin says he's really entertaining. Are you talking about the captain here? Because yes. It was -20 the other day.
Oh my
and hasn't been
God.
above freezing for a while. Yeah, screw that.
Yeah, where is he at?
Pennsylvania.
Okay, yeah, no
Yeah,
thanks.
that's a whole bunch of.
0. 0 yes, all no.
Yes, that's he's very entertaining. It's probably why we've been together as long as we have.
Why? Because you'd have been sick of me already if I wasn't entertaining?
I mean, I could have been,
Now I'm
but
sad.
who knows?
Now I'm sad faced.
I don't. But you are entertaining.
Well, thank you.
You,
Oh my God.
You make me laugh hysterically all the time. Who was it was it Tilton T last night that asked on your live stream if I was keeping you straight?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's true. I mean, we are constantly laughing hysterically
Yeah.
for the most part.
We've, you know, not to let everybody into our world, but we've been dating for almost a year, and we haven't had a real fight yet.
No.
We haven't had, like, any kind of minor argument yet.
No. You want to now? Let's go.
No. I don't think it's normal, but I don't want to either. I question the sanity of both of us. But here we are. Okay, I'm coming to this side now. And,
Well, it's like, I mean, we can't
is
even...
that camera on my face?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see.
This stupid thing. The damn cable wants to make it twist back
No,
around.
it's not on your face.
Alright, well, screw it.
There it is. Kind of. Well, when you're right here at the mic, it's on your face.
It's alright. I don't want to do this.
Session said, never watch live streams. First time I watched a live stream for more than an hour. Yeah, you never know what he's gonna say.
Oh, it's wild.
You never know what's gonna happen. And Brian says, Kevin's way of working is controlled chaos, disorganized functioning. Everyone has their own way of doing stuff, no matter how chaotic it is.
Yeah,
Ain't that the truth?
it's definitely true. And I can tell you where everything is, you know what I mean? Like, I know in that mess in there exactly what I'm looking for and
Yeah.
where to find it.
Unless it's his wallet.
That's normally in my car. Sometimes my keys go missing for a little while.
Yep.
But other than that, I find it. And if I don't find it right away, it'll show up.
Yeah, especially when he texts me and says, can't find it, and then, oh wait, there it is. So see, if he texts me and says he can't find something, that's how he finds it, before I can even respond.
Dude, this really makes me sad that I'm having to do this. Not that it matters because I'm about to sand the playfield anyway, But like if I cut the bottom edge or if I poke the bottom edge of this up and it gets a dent, it's gonna look like Shiite Muslim.
Best captain moment. It poked its head out at me. Oh, he's talking about
The
a snake. The snake in the
snake!
RV.
It scared the shit out of me, dude. That thing's
It
coming.
was hilarious.
It was huge, and you were not afraid.
No, I wasn't scared.
But me and your daughter were both ready to head for the hills.
And you guys we were already in the hills.
But she was scared of that, but then she goes in there and palms a damn dead spider. That part was scarier than the snake to me. The toilet spider of doom. Okay, I really did not like doing that. Whoever stapled that,
Can go
suck one.
deep throat a cactus.
But I think, do you see any like ridges on the bottom line that I might have, chunked? Like that. I see one I did right there. Just a little nick. You know what I mean? I didn't want to do my best not to nick it anywhere on the front, bottom corner, or the side. You know what I mean? The visual sides. And look at that. That thing took a shot, dude. How do you break straight metal? Can you see this on the camera? This is where the ball launcher shoots the ball into this rail, and it's hit it so many times that it's dented it and it's busted it off that piece of metal.
Holy crap.
That's awesome. But it just shows you what can happen. And it's being kicked by a little kicker about 4 inches, maybe less. And over time, it wears through it. It's impressive what these things can do. All right. So my best guess here is to clip these.
That's what I think. I think that's
Let me see the hammer real quick, just in case. I want to see what 1 or 2 good knocks takes to do to put it through. Because maybe I need to reuse them. Is it on the ground somewhere? Booyah. Yeah.
How much work is left? A lot.
Not really.
Well,
the tedious shit is just about over. And then it gets to sanding. This is much easier than clipping them. And I can reuse them if I need to, I guess.
so for me, it looks the same as it was 4 hours ago. No, there's more stuff that has come off. We just have to.
Yeah, the backside. You missed all the backside. Oh.
Uh-oh. We have to clear all this stuff off so it can be sanded in order to put the hard top on.
It's about a 10-hour to 15-hour process in all. Just so you know. But I'm trying to get it done in 10 or less. Because I only charged the guy $500. And that's $50 an hour, and I need to get it done quick.
Brian says we're getting some video stutter.
It could be because I'm over here whacking on hammers. Open up the OBS.
This thing?
Yep. The online broadcasting service or something is what it stands for.
Okay.
No, it's okay. There's a little meter. If that meter's red or yellow, there's something wrong. But if it's green, green means good.
Okay.
Green means we'll go.
He said may have cleared up.
Oh, you bastard.
Could have.
I went too hard on this one. Stand up, you bitch.
We've known each other for probably 9 years.
Somewhere around there.
But we've been dating officially almost a year. February 12th will be a year.
Holy shit, this one don't want to go through. Alright, we're just going to cut that one.
That's a lot. Yeah, well, we know each other.
We've just known of each other, you know?
We didn't know each other
No.
really well up until.
I knew her brother, and
Yeah.
I've known her brother for a good solid 10 years,
Yeah,
if not longer.
Yeah, I would say longer.
Yeah, her brother actually won a karaoke competition when I was 24 or 25 at my bar that I ran, that I owned. And
Yeah.
that was a long time ago. So I'm 43. So I've known her brother like 17 years.
Yeah. So.
But I didn't even know he had a sister.
This is Sachin asking these questions. He
I have no idea.
wasn't here for that conversation a few minutes ago. So,
This one don't.
so they're asking.
This one don't want to go back through. It's had enough, and it's tired of me beating on it.
But no, he and my brother were in a band together, and that was a few years
like
ago.
5 years ago now. Goddamn.
I think it's
Longer
been a
than
while.
that?
Yeah, longer than that.
Great.
Because
Let's not talk
when
about it.
that's when we officially met. Was when you guys were in the band together. Yeah. And I was married at the time, and I got
super happy.
Yeah, I was super happy in that situation.
Sorry, I don't mean to
Yeah.
laugh at your love life. Okay, it just broke in half. I just ripped it in half like a stone cold killer.
Murder it. But
what has happened? Why?
I was divorced 3 years before he asked me out, and apparently he had been asking my brother about me for 2 years before.
Since that coat giveaway.
Yeah, so that was 2 years, because it's been 3 years since then.
And I never could get a straight answer out of that asshole.
Yeah, so we had this cookout at my brother's
Maybe he didn't want me
house.
dating his sister. I don't know.
My brother's just.
Or maybe he just didn't care.
If Brian is watching,
He's not.
I doubt he is.
He's not watching, but
he's
Kana might be watching.
If Brian or Kana are watching, my brother's a goober. But my brother is actually very protective of me, even though I can beat him up.
And he set you up with a douche.
Oh yeah, that's.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it never.
Never. But no, we had this cookout at my brother's house 3 years ago now. In fact, January 19th was 3 years ago. And we were trying to figure out a way to surprise my daughter with her letter jacket. And it was, the whole thing was supposed to be like a white elephant gift exchange. Well, nobody brought any presents for the white elephant thing. And we had this whole thing planned of somebody was going to open the box with her jacket in it.
It was
So
a
we
fake
had to-
white elephant.
Yeah, it was a fake white elephant thing. So we had to quickly come up with a new plan. And Kevin was the one that got to
My
open.
big toe.
Oh, you poor,
I hammered my big toe.
you poor thing.
It's now giving the throbby ouches.
But Kevin was the one that got to watch, open the box and give my daughter her jacket, her letter jacket. And that was about the time he was starting to ask my brother, yo, what's the deal with your sister? And my brother just would never say anything. I think Jenny didn't ever answer you either.
Neither of them talked to me about it. But
And
then I did go on a dinner date with Jenny after they broke up, and I was like, what's going on with his sister? And that's who gave me the info to talk to you.
oh, okay.
So just know that
you
Jenny
did,
was involved.
So Jenny did eventually give it up.
Yeah, she told me what was going on with your world.
Okay.
She didn't tell me to ask you out, but
But she,
I just kind of threw it in conversation about what's going on with his sister. Is she still married to that guy? You know, it's kind of smooth.
yeah, smooth. So smooth.
Shut up.
I love you.
Yeah, I love you, and you quit making fun of me.
I'm gonna make fun of you whenever I want. 'Cause
That's
you
the
do
fight.
it. You do it to me.
Here it goes.
Let's
Fight
go.
number one.
First fight.
I found the
We've
scoop.
got witnesses.
That's right. It's gonna be a knockdown drag out. I just imagine that if we do ever get in a fight, it's gonna be huge. Because we haven't had any little ones. So one it's gonna, whatever the first fight is, it's probably gonna be scary.
Lot. I mean, it takes a lot to upset me to that point. So like, I think you're the same way pretty much.
Yeah, I'm pretty hard to fucking get mad.
So it's just, I think that's why we work so well.
We're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I like you. I like you and I love you.
I like you and I love you.
And it's pretty good to have that. You gotta like the person that you're gonna love.
Yeah.
If you don't like them, fuck 'em.
I mean, some days you might not like me.
Okay, so one of these motherfuckers has to be still holding this
Sometimes
thing
fights are fun. That's true.
I don't know.
Depends on what the fight is about.
I don't know.
I'm not a fighter unless I have to.
I see you stupid little screw hole hiding up under there, acting like I'm not a screw, but you're totally a screw. It was acting, but I caught it. All right, there's the last of the rails to be
You
taken
said that
off.
like Towley on South Park.
Which part?
I'm not a screw. Everybody want to get high?
Hey, wanna get high? I hope you brought down. Is that well? Yeah, I'll leave the targets on. All right, we gotta pull a couple more things off the tippity tip. Tip top tipperoo. Like these guys. If you will look in the little sack bag of tools that I've got,
Yep.
the vice grips. Amazing. She knew what vice grips are, you guys.
I know what a lot of things are.
I just said vice grips, and she was like, scalpel. And she's straight
or
up.
Brian says, or the makeup afterwards. Yeah. Or just don't fight and do all the makeup part. How about that?
Yeah, or fake fight and then makeup.
Fake fight. We do a lot of fake fighting.
We fake fought like 3 times now.
In fact, one of the videos. Where's the new sticker? It's not a sticker.
Oh,
it's.
You want to grab it and show them? It's up there on top of the pinball machine, or on top of the fridge. The pinball machine. It's a hard overlay. Technically, it's made of thick plastic.
Oh my God! I'm gonna die.
It's okay. There's nothing in that box. I don't think.
I know it's gonna follow me and kill me.
There wasn't nothing in there.
I don't know that. They don't know that.
I think it's just an empty box. There's the instructions on the ground. But I will need them, but I don't need them. I've done it enough to know what I'm doing now.
So let me go here so I can see what I'm doing. So here is the new hard top, or the overlay that's gonna go.
Yeah, that's the hard top. And it is an overlay.
So I'm not wrong.
You are both correct on both counts. And it's a little thicker than a credit card.
Let's see if I can show that.
And it's
I
printed.
don't know if you can see it.
The artwork is printed on the bottom side of it, but like under a layer of protective on the bottom too. But so it's kind of in the middle of all this plastic.
I'm gonna do my best Vanna White.
And it is scratch resistant, and it's amazing. There's a film on top of it right now. Like it's in a plastic bag. There's also a protective layer on top of the thing that you really can't tell. So it's a little cloudy looking until you pull that last layer off, and then it looks like it is a sheet of glass laying there. I can't recommend them enough.
I can't either.
Oh, I know. I
More
forgot to
thicker
take
than a credit card. Yes, those are terms that we use. More thicker, more gooder, more better.
Mo Betta thickness. It's
It
got that Mo Betta thick.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying, Brian, about
So look, this one. Sorry.
what'd you do to that one?
I didn't do it, but this was the one with the shim in the bottom, the wooden shim, and it's a broken. That's a broken screw. It should look like this.
It should look.
And
like
someone
this.
shimmed the bottom of it.
Oh.
For
So
some
we're gonna have
reason.
to throw this one out, huh?
Well, I can order some. I don't have any to replace it. I don't think so. Keep it on hand. Don't get rid of it.
Okay, I'll put it over here.
Yeah, stick it on the board.
So when we went to California a few weeks ago, we were gonna stage a fight. You did spot rainbow checkered bands. You like them? They were a birthday present from the captain here. Hey, Frank. We're coming along great with your machine here, sort of.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank. I still don't know why you're doing this one. I mean, I do know why you're doing it because it plays great and it looks great, but
yeah,
it's the original field and it looks pretty good, except for this. Whoever did this is a little bit shitty.
But yeah, we were gonna stage a fight and
I'm gonna leave her in the desert.
Leave me in the desert in Wakaha that we couldn't pronounce because we saw this name on this road sign, and we were just gonna call somebody and be like, yeah, he left me in Wakaha Valley.
I was gonna have her make
Google
a series
it.
of TikToks.
Yeah, but we started laughing too hard at ourselves at the thought of even staging a fight. I mean, that's how. I mean, we just don't fight. So the thought of even staging one was hilarious to us. I mean, tears rolling down my face.
That and that I couldn't pronounce the name of that sign.
Yeah, well, that was part of it too. And then the crazy lady with the Box-a-Docs tag.
Box-a-Docs, Rocks-a-Fox.
Yeah.
Hop on pop.
Yeah.
Fox on sock.
Yeah. That was an incredible trip. A lot of fun.
And you can see most of it.
Yeah.
Well, you can see a good bit of it.
You can see a good bit of it in the video. Our National Lampoon's
tour
video.
Come on, you posty bastards.
That was my first time to the West Coast.
Postesses. Alright, now I'm going to pull light bulbs. Will you, is there a plastic bag somewhere or something to put some light bulbs in? The gray bag under the piece of paper on the middle of the Mortal Kombat thing. Over here. There's a gray plastic bag that Frank brought with all this stuff. He had stuff in it.
This bag?
Yep. We'll use that.
Oh no.
That's nothing, I don't think.
Token use only.
Yep. That's has nothing to do here. Should be empty. Yeah.
Do you need me to help you pop out bulbs?
If you wanna. You're more than welcome to. So just push down and twist them. To the left. To the left, to the left.
Okay, that one don't want to come out.
Some of them can be stubborn. I still got some more hammering to do. We gotta take the pop bumper nails out.
Okay, I can't get that one. Or this one.
Which one? This guy here?
Yep. I've never taken any of these out.
These are LEDs.
Yeah, I know.
And they're a different kind. Is that it? That was quick.
Yep, because there were 4 hands too.
Amazing. Alright. A couple more things to remove. We're going to knock the, there's 3 nails in each pop bumper assembly that have to be tapped back through the board, and then they will have to be reset. That's the actual nails that the pop bumper assembly holds on to keep it in place. So we got to pull it back up one mo again, and we'll pull it here, and then we'll take it there, and then we'll move it here. And get the hammer, and we will hammer time this mofo. You want to be gentle, you want to not bang anything crazy, but there's a nail. I hope they can see what I'm pointing at. Can you see? Is it secret? Is it safe?
No.
No, you can't see what I'm doing?
There we go.
Tap them back through. We are losing. That's what fell down earlier.
What?
Pop bumper. Pop bumper pumper. Because it's not attached to its thing like it's supposed to be. Missing some screws. Frank, you got screws missing. You got some asshole took a bunch of
staples.
and stapled the whole damn rails to the side because they had 2 screws instead of putting all the screws back in.
For those of you that don't know, Frank that popped in the chat here, this is his Xenon machine. He is the owner.
He's got a really cool Elvira game that he needs to let me borrow too for like a month. It's Elvira. Is it Scared Stiff?
You're just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying, like, things that need to happen, and that's one of them. If he's not gonna sell it to me, he needs to let me borrow it. The son of a bitch.
He's the one with the Gorgar too, right?
He's got a Gorgar. He's got a Firepower. He's got the Xenon, and he's got a Elvira. Like Karate Kid, you do one good whack and you normally can knock it all the way through. And we'll move these over. We got one more to do. This could be scary, like don't smash a light bulb. Alright. That's that, and then there is one more little fella at the top. Green nut driver over there. I think it's green. Yep. This is the flipper gap ball saver. What you want to call it? The post down here at the flipper gap. It's where you can save your balls. Them balls are gonna get saved real good.
He said the Elvira and the Party Monsters.
Party Monsters, that's what he's got.
Pinball Restorers podcast. Get it done, son.
Pinball Restorers podcast. What's up, buddy? How are you? Oh my God. Okay. That's out. This is coming back down again. Now, some people have rotisseries. You know, they pull the whole... Yeah, chicken rotisserie. They pull the whole play field out and stick it on a rotisserie. And they can spin it all around and do all that stuff. And you can build your own for about $150. I just haven't done it yet. I'm lazy. I mean, I work hard, but I'm also... I guess I work stupid because you work smarter by having the right tools. So maybe one day in the future I'll get one of those, but I don't use one. It'd be nice to have. Pull these nails. You want to do some Mylar pulling, boo?
What's that?
Oh, you're going to like this. Maybe. It's the sticker parts that are on top of here that need to come off. Like in front of the slingshots and around the pop bumpers, these circles. There's stickers that we gotta pry off, so we gotta get an X-Acto knife and get a corner pulled up, and then we gotta.
I'm not allowed to play with sharp objects.
That's true. I owe my four X-Acto knives.
Oh, a blast of cold air. I don't like it.
What are you doing up there, you little smoogle? She's on top of my truck being a little monster.
You want me to get the door?
I'll get it.
I'll get it.
I can push this button right here.
Okay.
See, we ain't gotta go nowhere when that's up.
That was a blast of cold air.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Alright, so, some people you can use like compressed air take a can of compressed air, turn it upside down, spray it out on here. It'll freeze. It'll get really cold. And you can freeze the adhesive on these old stickers, on this old Mylar. It'll pop right off. Can you see what I'm doing with this camera? I'm sure you probably can. But
Yeah.
we're just going up under the edge of this sticker. And it's going to pull paint off, but who the hell cares? Because that's what we're doing anyway, is pulling paint off. But the job is to get this off before we go and sand it, because if you start sanding this, it'll just become a gooey mess on the sandpaper of old adhesive and plastic and shit rumbled all together, wood, chunks, and paint, and it'll just be even longer process. So you want to make sure you get all the Mylar off first.
Frank says, how long did it take to clear the playfield? It took a while.
Watch the first episode.
Yeah, the first live.
About an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, about an hour and 45 minutes, and then we've been here maybe another hour.
It'll tell you how long we've been streaming. On the left, where people are watching.
Yeah, a little more than an hour, I guess. About an hour and a half. So, not too bad.
No, again, like I said, I think it's around a 10 to 15 hour process and all, and that's not including the cure times of the clear coat you need to do on top of the inserts when you go back over it and sand it all down. But it all depends on the playfield, and this one took an extra 30 minutes just now to knock all these damn staples the fuck out, and then knock them all back down into the hole so they're not poking up. What a pain in the ass. And now this Mylar is giving me some issues, and maybe I should go get a little can of compressed air. I think I've got one or two. Huh?
Need me to go get it?
No, I'm not sure exactly where it is off the top of my head, so I can do some looking. You entertain the crowd. Show them your booty or something.
He just said that. Nobody wants to see that.
Yes, they fucking do.
No, they don't. I don't have an OnlyFans.
He's in here, bitch.
He said, show my boobs. What?
Maybe it's upstairs.
So I can answer any questions, maybe. Did we sell the Fish Tales? I believe he said he did. Pretty sure he said he did. Yes, I think so. I'm 99% sure. I've gone to work and I've slept since that conversation about that. So I'm 99% sure that we did sell the Fish Tales. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that the Creature from the Black Lagoon went as fast as it did. That was a lot of fun. That one was more fun than I thought it would be. That one ranks up there with my favorites that he's had since we've been dating. Xenon, this is the third Xenon I've seen in this garage, and it's definitely a favorite. I very much enjoy playing Xenon. The Spring Break was one of my favorites. Meteor was one of my favorites. I liked it a lot. And The Simpsons Pinball Party, I really like it too. But it's a customer's. He hasn't claimed it, come to pick it up yet still.
Okay, I still haven't found it, but I found you the last of the sweet tea.
Oh my God.
Because I love you.
I love you.
And my mom's gonna be mad that I stole it from her. She won't. She won't be mad. I'm just kidding. She's gonna have to make some more. I don't know what I've done with it. I had 2 freaking cans of compressed air at some point in this garage. I know I haven't used them all, and I stopped huffing that shit like 2 years ago, so they gotta be around.
We did sell the Fish Tales, right?
Fish Tales is sold.
Yeah, it's got to go to Jupiter, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Who's
yeah,
asking?
Frank. So I was right, Frank.
If I didn't need to make some money real quick, I would have held on to the creature a long time ago.
Yeah.
Fish Tales, I was never a huge fan of.
I'm not a huge fan of Fish Tales either. It's a pain. I'm not a fan of Fish Tales.
Hey, I knew it. Oh, of course.
It's empty.
Got a fucking empty one. Son of a bitch. Why isn't anything where I want it when I need it? When I got to have it. Honestly, this garage is 300,000 times warmer right now.
Wolf
And we're
Bender.
gonna go ahead and kill that to save some gas.
Wolf Bender says what is bot? FYI. What does that mean?
That's someone trying to drop some kind of crazy nonsense in the string. Schaefer man should have been on top of it, but he's not. So let's go ahead and do this. This is some rando nonsense, and
You can put people in a timeout.
sure can. You get rid of people. That's some kind of spam code of nonsense that happens. It's bots that show up doing weird shit because people are fucking weirdos on the internet.
John Rogers says, when are you going to make your own pinball table with blackjack and hookers? He's going to make a labyrinth one for me.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. Like, I would love to see a labyrinth machine. And
I think it's a perfect theme for a game too, like magic and mystery and
David Bowie. And this one, I think instead of like how all the pinballs have the women with the big boobies and the big booties,
big dick codpiece on it.
gotta have the bulge, the magic bulge.
Dance, magic bulge, dance.
Paul Smith says, okay guys, you guys talked me into starting an account to chat, LOL. Paul Smith, is that Paul
That
from...
must be Paul up in Virginia.
Paul in Virginia! He finally figured it out. John Rogers' Labyrinth would make a great table. I agree, son. I agree. Because that's my favorite movie of all time.
I was thinking, a haunted house would make a really good labyrinth game because of the multi-levels. And you can, you're in the maze and you go up down, and the bottom could be like down in the... where the hands are down there grabbing her, in the tunnel where she's getting passed through with the hands. Like, I've got all kind of ideas for how I would design it.
John says, not only did that movie star Bowie, his crotch was the co-star. Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah, he got second billing.
And I mean, I was 6 years old and David Bowie was my first crush, so... Did that trigger a sexual awakening in 6-year-old me? Maybe. I don't know. DOA wants to know what's your schedule Wednesday.
Me?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
I have no idea.
Has no idea.
No idea.
That day's not here yet.
Yeah, it hasn't happened. Tomorrow I'm going to Charleston. This is tedious as hell without the assistance of the freeze spray, because this one is just stuck to it.
It's not coming off very easily.
No. It's coming off in little shreds.
Paul says he's found it's almost as fun to work on these pins as it is to play them.
That's another thing, dude. I don't know anything about car skills, but I want to rebuild a car, and I think I get like the joy that people have for these car shows and people that restore cars. I love watching them myself, but like doing it is half of the fun. Like getting it to work again and being like, I did that with my hands. I made that thing come back to life, and I did that, and I'm fucking proud of myself. And I didn't take any school to do it. No one taught me how to do any of this shit. I'm super proud of doing it. And again, working with your hands is fun. And as a musician, I worked with my hands in a different way. But like, this is much more tactile, and and then you get to play it. The best part is I've put back together this thing that I can turn it on and kick a ball around with it. It's so much fun.
I think that's how I got you. It's because I told you I knew how to bleed brakes on a car.
Yeah,
and you're like, that's impressive. I impressed you with my brake bleeding skills.
Ew, I shouldn't have drank that Coke after I had a sip of the good Coke.
DOA says, yes, you, because Wednesday afternoon, T-Belly, Phil, and I will be playing GTA together live, and Phil and I will probably be the only ones streaming it.
On, I don't know, which one is that? On which system? I think I've got Grand Theft Auto. But I haven't played it in a while, especially the online shit. I ain't no good at that stuff. I'm good at doing the missions and fucking around in that game. But if you want me to like shoot things and be on point, that's tough. I'm too ADHD to follow the instructions like that. Alright, let's see if this one will come off any better. Because his brother was a dick.
Okay.
Fuck no. Alright. Item number next to try, because I don't have heat spray, or cold spray, but I do have a heat gun. So let's plug the heat gun in and see if we can melt these little fuckers off of here. So if you can't use cold, use heat. That's much nicer. This is working.
I'm gonna do some free advertising. If you need tattoos or piercings.
So free advertising.
Yeah, for.
You're doing a plug, you mean, for someone's shop on my channel.
Yeah,
so I'm losing the money. That's okay. He needs to give me free tattoos.
Tattoos. If you need tattoos and piercings, go to Saints and Sinners if you live in the area.
This is working much better.
Oh yeah.
But it is
that's
bringing
more
the paint.
bitter.
Look at that. That came off in basically one chunk. Should have done that the first time, but now it smells like disgusting old wood and paint right now. Do you smell that? Hot wood.
DOA says V on PS4, online public,
5
but without
on
assholes interfering.
Okay.
Paul says, LOL, I broke every one of the meteor drop targets one at a time, so 7 times I've been in the drop target unit.
Really? I guess they were the originals. You should have changed them all at once, though. When you break a drop target, just know that like the rest of them are going to go too, so you might as well do them all at once.
PS4. I don't play these games. I don't know.
D is fine. V5,
you
same
know what
thing.
I meant.
Grand Theft Auto V.
DOA is like, V means 5, FYI. It's okay, you can go ahead and call me a moron.
Those are numbers. What have we said about numbers?
Fuck them. Frank is heading to the lab with Melanie. Good luck.
Heading to the lab. What's the lab?
I don't know.
Look at that thing coming right off. I like it. Is that it? You still on here, you little fuck buddy? That's old veneer.
Not calling Tara a dummy.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. If you value your face.
It was directed at Mr. ADHD. I have ADHD too. I'm just on meds for it.
I will fuck you up. And then I'll forget about it.
I don't get offended very easily, so don't think you're offended me in any way. If I said call me a moron, go ahead. Do it.
I tell you what, this type of plastic, it's called Mylar. And it is super durable, that is from 1980. And it was that hard and like still solid, you know what I mean?
It
like
did not want to go anywhere.
It's well made stuff. Which is probably why it's awful for the planet. These heat guns work wonders sometimes, though. You think that thing's never going to come off there, and you just put a little heat on it, and it comes right up.
I think you just found your new way of doing it.
Depends on what type of thing I'm doing it for, but yeah. If I was trying to do this on a table where I was laying down a full Mylar sheet, I would definitely use the heat gun to make sure it didn't fuck shit up as I did it.
That's what we do.
Look at how hot I just got that. That was bubbling. This is bubbling from the heat gun, like bubbling the glue. All this glue has to come off of here. And this old paint is coming up with it too. But like that'll just mix up in your sander and ruin your day.
She doesn't like pinball.
Who doesn't like pinball?
Paul says he wishes his Tara liked pinball.
Aww.
What?
You gotta find her the right game. You know what I mean? Find her the theme that she likes and something that she can enjoy.
Yeah.
But it's out there.
I remember
There's a game
playing
out there for her.
when I was little, going to the skating rink, and I had no idea what I was doing, of course.
Alright, so that goes back down through the hole. And we're going to do our first test fitting here.
So now that you're on here, Paul, does she pronounce it Tara or Tara? Is Tara the Ohioan way that it's said?
Come on out of there, you fucking nail.
Tara. Okay, so she pronounces it the same way as me. Okay. Was she named after the house in Gone with the Wind?
Or Sookie's best friend on True Blood.
I never watched True Blood, so I don't. Tara. Oh, with the long A. Okay.
Tara.
Yeah, so Tara.
With the extra long.
With the He said, "Yep." Okay. Yeah, down here it's Tara.
And it's racist.
Oh, so she was named after Earth. Okay.
So T-E-R-R-A.
So like that, yeah, T-E-R-R-A.
Which is Tara.
Yeah.
But it would
I
still
think
be
there's an
pronounced. It would
H
still
at
be
the end of
pronounced
that, too.
Tara. They're still pronouncing it wrong.
Well, my mom was a huge Gone with the Wind fan, so that's where my name
And we'll
came
shove
from.
these back through, and we'll get those to poke on down, and that's good.
We're in Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, we're right outside of Atlanta.
About 30 minutes east of the city. Where is the tabletop overlay? Should put it back up there.
I did. Yeah, DOA was like, what state are y'all in again? Georgia.
Georgia. Alright, so here is the overlay. And this is the test fitting. And it looks pretty good. In fact, that was incredible because it actually went right over that switch. This switch got caught. I'll leave a couple switches up. I don't care about putting them back through because it's not too hard to do to get them back in like these. They go right over it. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about most of this stuff. The ones at the bottom here.
10 hours or so from you. We're at in Ohio. Where are you at? I have family up there.
Oh. Why you gotta be so mean to me?
I have a cousin or two.
Why you gotta be so
That
mean to me?
Cincinnati.
And for right now, I'm just gonna bend these a little forward so it lays down nice. But that looks pretty good fit,
Okay.
huh, Boo?
Okay.
All right, so you can look at the front. Come here and look at this for me. You stand there. We're gonna line it up. You see anything egregious like extra off? You know what I mean? Something poking out funny through any of these lights you can see. I mean, of course, we gotta sand these down and make them look pretty
Right.
again. But I think it's a pretty good fit. And what we got to do next is we take our soldering iron, and I'm gonna go through every hole on this thing, and I'm just gonna tap it a little wider, and they're matching up exactly with the holes that are already pre-cut in the game. You just want to make sure they do, and that it doesn't shift too much while you're doing that. That one will be alright. But this is burning right through the plastic, and if you miss, this is the point where you can really fuck this thing up. If you decided, I'm going to leave that thing burning on it, don't do that. And don't use that voice.
Oh, that smell.
Yeah, this is burning wood smell, so you're going to get a little bit of that going on.
It's burning plastic smell.
Burning plastic and wood. These holes, the top 4 holes up here, I'm going to have to route them out and cut them a little bit bigger. But I want to make sure that the holes around the edges are good, which is really all I'm doing. Are you covering up the stent? Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
And later on, I'll come back and do this again on the second pass. But it's only a couple key holes. I do the ones around the pop bumpers here, just to make sure that they're going to line up perfect when I put them back down.
Yeah, Paul, the playfield lights will show up
Through
they'll
the
come
playfield.
through the playfield. Yeah, it looks incredible when you do this, and it plays insanely
It's
good.
just like putting a fresh sheet of glass on top of it. And all the artwork looks brand new and perfect again. Look how cool this head transformation thing is here, where it's like going from a guy into like a robot. But you can't even see that during the regular playing of the game because there's a tube that sits here and a whole like rail system of like orbit, and you can't really see it. But it's amazing. Look at those titties. Deny the love. Deny those titties. You can't.
Dios.
Look at that butt.
He is fixing the machine's glory holes.
Exactly. I'm fixing the machine's glory holes right now. Going through and de-glorifying it. Just in the ones that I can see that I can tell that I'm going to have problems with later on. And ones that may be on my game that are not on this machine. Like that one right there was not pre-cut. But otherwise, you kind of leave it alone, and then you do this when you go back over and you lay it down. You got to line holes back up and do a little bit of drilling right before you do the final cut or the final stick. That one right there needed it. But, you know, this is it's a secondary factory making these things, and they make them to spec. And like, this game was made in 1980, and not, you know, not every one on the line is gonna be exactly the same as the one before it. Things get changed in the design process. Things get changed in the production of the game, and the order the things that get produced in. So the holes might not line up and be perfect on every machine. That's why you got to do all this pre-checking. But as it stands right now, I really like the way it's looking. Get this one open here. Get that one. And I think we're going to be good to go ahead and say, let's do it. Oh, this don't reach. Will you hold that for just a second? I'm going to come over there, but I don't want it to dangle on the ground and like just start a fire. Thanks.
I'm glad I took a migraine pill.
Yeah, the plastic smell is not good. You want to open the garage door? We can get rid of it real quick, but it'll just get cold in here real fast.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'll be fine. I just had to stand over here for a minute.
And we'll leave the soldering gun right there. And then we'll go ahead and pull this back up. And, you know, start the sanding process on the next video, because I think we're good for now. I think we've got another couple hours in the stream, and we don't have to do this all night. And we're at a good stopping point. So the next time you'll see it, we'll go live tomorrow.
Xenon's going on my to-get list, LOL. I really like the placement of the tilt on the back glass.
The placement of the tilt. Is it in her butt cheeks? I think it is.
Xenon's a lot of fun to play, Paul.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
It's a really fun game.
All right, so we're at a point now where we're going to stop for the night. I'll pick it back up tomorrow. We're going to go live again and just keep doing this for a couple hours in each session. Again, I'm trying not to go over 10 hours of working on it because I'm only getting paid $500. I'm going to do it right, but I'm going to do it on my own time and slowly and as I like to do it. So I may come back in here a little while later and just tighten up a couple things, get some of this more of this glue off camera. That definitely has to get off, and then we're going to sand it. We'll sand it on stream. And we'll clear coat it and we'll let it sit, and then the next day I'll come back and we'll put the hard top on it and we'll put everything back on it. That session I'll do it one time, putting the hard top down and putting everything back on it. We'll get it done in one time, and then we'll be able to play test it and get it back up and be ready for Frank to come pick up. It's really not much more to do other than the basics. Yeah. Sand all your inserts. Anywhere on here where a light does come through the playfield, you want to sand off the original decal and shit that's on top of it and bad paint job that someone did. So every place in here I'm going to do that. I'm not going to actually sand the whole playfield. Some people do that. You don't have to do all that. This thing's going to adhere to it, and I might do a very light quick sand around just to scuff it up and get it ready to take the new adhesive that's going to get on it. But we'll clean it down. We'll wash it with acetone. Then we will clear coat around these inserts and stuff that we need to clear coat and cover. And then we'll put the new top down and we'll put the old stuff back on it and we'll turn it back on and we'll start playing some Xenon. And it really isn't much more of a process than that. The time it takes is letting the clear coat cure takes 24 hours. So, you know, but I think I got, you know, another 5 to 6 hours worth of work to do to make it ready for the top to go on it. 5 hours, probably 2 hours of sanding and doing and getting that thing ready, and then clear coating, another 2 hours of prep, and then put the top on and then put it all back together. So about 6 hours left of working on it. All right, but thank you all for watching. Everybody, you have a great night. We appreciate it. Tara, Retro Girl says bye. Captain Retro says goodbye. only 4 likes the whole stream, I'm gonna like it myself because why not?